بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ صدق الله العظيم اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه. In this life, when a person is living, they go through two types of circumstances. One is the periods or circumstances of blessings and things which a person likes, things, matters which a person enjoys. And then the other type is that when a person goes through things normally a person does not like, for example, illnesses, problems, difficulties, poverty and other things. The Quran mentions that there is benefit in both of them depending upon the reaction of the person. So today we will discuss those things or those points which normally we do not like, and then we become depressed and sometimes hopeless, and sometimes actually you may say away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we tend to not enjoy those not only, but actually we become very much agitated and feel that we are failing. But if we look at them beyond what they are, there are certain benefits and we can achieve those. So it's like a packing. You have a bag or a packing or a box on which it says, for example, musibah, that it is the bag actually looks that there is problem. And in that bag, when you open it properly, you find mercy. So there is a package, a box which says musibah, but in that there is mercy as well. So that is how these musibahs or afflictions, they are disguised in difficulty and problem, but actually in that if a person opens them properly and uses them properly, they will find that there is also benefit and mercy. So that refers to that when any set of circumstances and come to you, that you look what's inside, not on the surface. If you look on the surface, then actually you will see only the negative thing. But if you look inside, like when we buy things, there is packaging for it and there is something inside as well. So if we open properly, see what's inside, we find something useful. The packaging sometimes we throw away. So let's take an example of illnesses. Illnesses come, we don't like illnesses, we don't like to be sick. Someone develops cancer, someone develops this, someone develops light illnesses, other kinds of illnesses. But in there, if we open this package and have the right reaction, there are so many benefits in there that a person cannot imagine achieving them without that. One of it is that it expiates sins of the person. Imagine that you would be, a person is given, for example, 10 months imprisonment, and instead of 10 months imprisonment, they are given £10 fine. Now that person will think, oh, it's a blessing for me. Others will say, oh, how is it blessing for you? £10 you have to give for nothing, no benefit. But that person knows that compared to the 10 months in prison, giving £10 is a blessing for me. For others, actually, who are seeing this, his money is going out from him. But for him, it's a blessing. So, whatever a person have done, the punishment in the sight of Allah would be severe. And now, just with the light, actually, you may say, circumstances, illness, the person is on. Secondly, in that illness, there is also an opportunity to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Jalla Majduhu. Because a person thinks about life seriously, thinks about death, thinks about the temporal nature of the dunya. So also the person learns that this dunya, this life is not temporal. So this also, otherwise many people who are captivated and living in blessings, they become drifted away and captivated in the sense that they are distracted from this reality is temporal. They think now they are enjoying, and that's, they are actually in ghafla. And suddenly then if death comes or something happens, they are not prepared because they thought now we are just going to be like that. So it gives a person contemplation, a room for contemplation. Also, it's like a person who is walking along a path and is going on the wrong path. Someone stops him, the police stops him, the person who is going into the, you may say, no entry, one-way traffic, and the police stops him and say that, look where you're going, you shouldn't be here. Same is the case, a person who is going along a no entry, meaning the sinful life, bad life, criminal life. Illness is also a break for him. It stops him. He's stopped now. He can't go out. He can't drive. He's got fever. He got whatever. So it's stopping him that, look where you are going. Now he has time to reflect and think. Other is a person goes through mentally, sometimes you may say, a kind of distress and pain and other things. And the benefit of that sometimes is that the person becomes more stronger. He comes out stronger. As you know, when you are training, for example, in the gym, the higher the weight, the more you become stronger. So pain, these things actually makes the body and other, actually you may say mentally, a person becomes stronger. For example, they say that these people, and doctors and others, they don't really know, but they say this illness called dementia, where people tend to forget even their close relatives and even what they have eaten or not eaten. They're not sure, but they say that it's those people, research indicates that those don't have social interaction. They are alone, not doing anything religiously or worldly, just sitting, watching TV, eating, because their minds do not actually work. There's no challenge, there's no exercise for the mind. The mind actually becomes switched off. Slowly, so they tend so the mind thinks, oh, I don't need to remember anything, because there's nothing to be done, nothing to be remembered, just sitting there like a piece of meat, doing nothing. So although people like comfort, but that comfort and the break is good only for temporal, like for 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month person is it. But if you come into this state permanently, not doing anything, not using your, that is, they say, well, they're not sure, but that's what one of the conclusion is that actually when you do not work, when you do not actually that's why some people, they do exercise. For example, physically, if you don't use an arm for a 6 month, it will not be healthy now. Physically, if you do not use your body, you are lying on bed for 1 year, you won't be able to walk as such actually. Similarly, the mind also, the brain also is an organ of the body. If you don't use it, it becomes actually on the back track. So that's why you normally find people who are scholars, for example, scholars, religious people, they remain conscious and mentally active, and they're giving advices, they're delivering speech, even to the last stages of their, you may say, life. They've gone 90 years old, 80 years old, but they are not forgetting and talking actually useless things. One of the reason, obviously, is barakah, actually, that they are people of barakah. The other is that they have been using their minds and brains up to the last stage. So they are studying, they are reading, they are listening to the problems of others, they are trying to solve the problems. So instead of solving a puzzle, like some people who don't have anything else to solve, they say, okay, we'll solve a puzzle, actually, you may say, on the newspaper or anything. Why they're doing that is to make their mind activate or keep it alive. So why not do something real to solve the puzzle of life, to solve the problems of people? So normally what we want is comfort. Comfort is good only for temporal. Let's say sleep is good if you are sleeping 6, 7, 8 hours. Now if you tend to sleep 16, 20 hours, after 1 week you will be ill, you won't be able to sleep. All the system will actually go wrong, and body system will go wrong and things. But sleeping 5, 6 hours when after your work or you've done something, it's a blessing you enjoy. So no, there is wisdom in this. So yes, holiday is good because actually the person is working and they have but if they are permanent on holiday, they won't enjoy that as well. This is not actually anymore. And as I'm giving you example that actually that these things, similarly, if the body is not exposed to some germs and other things, bacteria at all, its immune system will go weak. So it will even die, even be affected with things like flu. Like some doctors were saying that actually that why people are now actually even affected by the virus of flu, and they feel very much actually incapacitated, and before that they were not, it was not bothering them because the immune system has gone actually weak, actually because they're staying inside. For example, during the corona, not going outside, so no exposure to little things, germs and things. That is why you find in the poor countries, their children living in huts, their children living on the street, running around, not getting ill or under the sun. And here you are keeping our babies inside, oh no air comes, no not this come, so much protective. Little bacteria or anything affects them and makes them ill. So understand the wisdom of the problems and illnesses which come. They are for your benefit if you have the right reaction. And this working and mentally working is very, very important. If you do not, it will become ill. So don't become fed up, oh, I have to work, I have to study. It's good. Break is good, but permanent break is not. That's why you will even see worldly people who, for example, I am working to pay my bills or have some money. But what about people who are billionaires? They have hundreds and thousands of wage in their and savings. They can eat and live all their life. Why are they working? For example, many of the CEOs who have earned millions, why are they working every day now? Because sitting idly doing nothing actually harms your brain, and it also does not satisfy you. So there are wisdom like this actually So if a person is enjoying the blessing, that's also good. If you are on the other side, if you have right reaction, you are practicing sabr, reflection, turning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If a person comes with a problem, you start trying to solve a problem, you are studying, you are benefiting, that is something which is keeping your mind fresh, activated, and actually energetic, and also strong. If on the other hand, we like to do nothing, just be in the comfort and the comfort zone and things, but the danger is that is good only for short time, actually, a short, like a break time, 1 month, or like you have break or anything, or sleep, that's good, 6-8 hours. But then when you have it more, then everything actually comes, because it is not designed. So this way, when you have this mindset, then alhamdulillah, if you are in blessing, you enjoy and you thank Allah. And if you are not, if you are in some problem, some difficulty, and you are practicing patience, that I am growing stronger now than before, I have time to reflect upon this life, on the true purpose of life, then a person benefits. That's why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that wonderful is the state of a believer, that he benefits in both ways, in problems and in blessings and in musibah. If, for example, he says blessings come in his way, he is thankful and he benefits. If problems and difficulties come, he practices patience, that Allah, that there is a betterment for me, I do not know, but I rely upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I turn to Allah, he still benefits. He alayhi salatu said, this state is, this facility, this privilege is not for anyone except the believer. Because a person who don't believe in akhirah or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for him, problem is problem. So that is why the righteous actually go through actually difficulties, a great difficulty. Other people become hopeless, some people harm others, some people harm themselves, some people commit suicide and do things like this actually. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us to understand the wisdom of this testing and the musibas which come upon us actually, and what mindset and how we should react. Jazakumullah khairan jazaa. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Sunnat ada farma.